Okay. It is really happening. Hello, everyone. Where is the camera? I also want to say hi to my mom. Hello, mom. Welcome to my speech that will be about building a more inclusive blockchain community for women. But before that, I want to introduce myself a little bit to bore you a lot of things. It's Zeynep. I'm coming from Turkey, and I'm literally just 22 years old and have been working in the blockchain space since 2020. I'm currently working at a local exchange in Turkey named CoinTR, but I involved many different Web3 projects so far since 2.5 years, and I'm also Turkish chapter lead of SheFi. Maybe you have heard about it, but if you don't, SheFi is a global women empowerment community in Web3 space that more related to my topic actually. I wanted to talk about challenges and the other solving points for that challenges in ETH Prague because how can I say that? It is, as far as I remember, one of the latest research demonstrates that only 40% of workforce in USA includes women, and only 27.2% of that workflow includes tech industry. Like in whole bubble, only 20% of women work in the tech industries right now, and in blockchain especially, we have literally so many spaces for everyone. But I wanted to emphasize that even though there is enough space for women, not only women, for all people, especially women are not still enough comfortable in the space, and I wanted to talk about how we can build both inclusive but more comfortable space for women. And this is my schedule right now. Start with the current situation, challenges for women, and why we need to highlight these issues, and also how we can overcome all of them. As you can imagine, the current situation for women in the Web2 ecosystem is worse than Web3. Like in Web3, it is way better, but there is an interesting rate actually between small size tech companies and big size tech companies. Like in big size tech companies, 27% of people are women that work for that company. But if we go if you look at the small sizer ones, it is increasing. And I also wanted to emphasize the last 3 points that I found them on the first article of SheFi that published 3 years ago by Maggie Lau, that almost more than 60% of women feel insecure about their financial knowledge. I mean, they are not enough comfortable to talk about some maybe crypto coins, but not only crypto coins. In tech industry, they're in tech knowledge in general. And this is, how can I say that? This is one of the reasons that why SheFi founded and why I am talking about that topic, because we need to overcome all of these discouraging situations and build a more comfortable space for them. But even though there are some negative points that you can see on the screen, women in their 20s, like me, are increasing the female representatives in the world. And this is literally so nice that younger women are, how can I say that, more encouraged to one step into this ecosystem. And it also gives more hope for all of us, actually, not only women. And you already seen some negative situations, but why they are happening? It is because maybe this is the first of this, one of the most biggest one is gender bias stereotypes. Like imagine, have you ever heard about women in supply chain industry talk? Like women in nursing, women in healthcare industry? No, but we always talk about women in finance, women in tech, and maybe women in civil engineering, this kind of stuff, these kind of topics, because we all, not only women, we all grow up this kind of patriarchic stereotype word, like in my childhood, all of the people that are around me say that you're gonna be a great teacher, or maybe you're gonna be a great doctor to my friends, but why I won't be the next executive director of Ethereum Foundation after Miyaguchi. I literally love her, by the way. She's literally one of my role models. Love to her. And but as you can imagine, not you will be a great CFO. You will be a great CEO. It's always something related to how can I say that? Something that pointed being a female, like teaching, nursing, and this kind of stuff. And that's why most of the women are not enough comfortable in their job in tech industry, and also male are tend to think that female are not enough capable for doing this kind of stuff, but it is all bias. And you may think that being the only woman in the room might not be as bad, but it is literally so bad, because it is so natural that women can understand the other women better than a male. It is supernatural. And being only woman in the room, in the company, makes most of the women feeling isolated. We constant need to prove our competence. Like we need to prove ourselves, and more than male actually. Like imagine a room full of male developers, and you are, I mean, me are the only women developer in that room. I mostly tend to feel like that I need to prove myself a bit more to be there, to present my, how can I say that, existence in that room. And I'm gonna give you an example, and I don't feel embarrassed about that. Couple months or maybe 1 year ago, I cannot clearly remember that. I was working at the office, and I was also working in a Web3 company that day, and I got my period, and literally I couldn't find any menstrual products around me because they were all male. And this is one of the reasons that still that I don't want to go to office. It literally breaks my motivates, and I'm pretty sure that most of the women are also facing that problem. It might be, how can I say that, maybe not a problem to you, but it is literally a problem for women. And in Web3, this is better. I mean, the situation is better about gender pay gap in tech industry, but it is literally still a huge problem in Web2 world that you can see the some ratios, almost 28 women earn less money in the same positions by men. I mean, comparing by men, like we do the same job, maybe we have the same background, but 28% of women earn less than male. Like how we can encourage women to join the space without fixing that problem. It is still a huge problem. And imposter syndrome also causing because of gender pay gap actually. Imposter syndrome is not only for women, obviously, but it is maybe some of the biggest problem in between women, because I gave an example that I am the only developer woman in a space, that I have to prove my capability more than the others. It how can I say that, makes me feel like that I am not enough capable of them. It starts to thinking like that, and it always happen in these kind of situations, like when you be the only example of your represents on your of your existence, imposter syndrome affects you a little bit more. And there are so many challenges that I could talk until tomorrow maybe, but I literally wanted to highlight all of this because visibility, like me, I mean, I am 22 years old, I didn't even finish my college, I'm still a college student, and I get an opportunity to talk about this topic in ETH Prague, and AdCon will be also talking in ETH CC as well, that one of my main aim is encourage the other women, encourage the other young people in this ecosystem. Because I believe that seeing a role model like I'm not a role model, baby, but seeing a role model on the stage, seeing another young people, another woman on the stage, encourage the people, encourage the other people. So visibility literally helps women and young people a bit more to involve in their Web3 world. And also we need to close the gender pay gap as soon as possible, because one of the recent researches demonstrate that it will take 268 years to close that gap. I mean, if I would know that, maybe I wouldn't join tech industry at all. It is literally so discouraging thing for women, and diversity is also necessary for not only tech space or Web3, it also needs to be everywhere, because if we build our community and team in general with different approach without looking their age, race or gender, we will collect different type of people that comes from different cultures, and it will help us to build our product, build our what we are building. It doesn't literally matter. How can I say that? More diverse and in a good way in general. And I'm going to talk about how we can build them a little bit. This is one of the best slides probably of my speech, because we all talk about how we can encourage the woman, how we can educate the woman, how we can do something for women, but we mostly I tend to talk about these kind of things, but we don't speak how we can educate men, because the whole problem is coming from not directly men, but coming from patriarchy, coming from the patriarchy in general. And I wanted to start first with that. It is a nice article actually written by man. I found it on UNDP in Bosnia website. You may just wanted to check out later. If you are a man that saw one of your women colleague harassed in workspace, you should be the one who raised your voice louder than everyone, because we are more empowerment with your support, actually, with especially support of men, because we as women are always supporting each other, are always, how can I say that, hug each other, but seeing a support, I mean receiving a support with the other people, especially in men, more encourage the women actually, because we feel like that you literally want to see us in this ecosystem, so it is priceless actually. And with support and mentorship system is also so important. I'm going to talk about a little bit SheFi, that I am one of the representatives of SheFi right now, that SheFi is for women and non-binary people at the same time. That is a global community organized 2 cohorts in 1 year, and 1 cohort took 14 weeks, that starts with what is Web3 and a little bit deep dive to the Web3 ecosystem. And it is literally helping a lot to onboard women and non-binary folk to the Web3 space, because we are all women. I mean, literally no one judges any other woman. We always ask each other, we always answer each other questions, and it is only 4 minutes, sorry. And it makes them more comfortable to talk about what they didn't understand. It could be any basic thing actually. It might be how she can open their MetaMask account. It is literally simple, but still more women are suffering from asking these kind of basic questions. But in SheFi and Herda as well, these kind of communities helps a lot for women onboarding to the ecosystem. And advocating yourself is a nice headline as well. I also took it, you can see it right now, a website named Career Flow, that standing, how can I say that? Standing in front of these kind of situations might be hard for all of us, but we are getting more, how can I say that? Be more caring these kind of things. I mean, in previous years, probably I wouldn't be there. I mean, maybe 40 years ago, but it is getting better day by day. And advocating ourselves, like speaking up about any discouraging or negative situations to women, and find the allies in this ecosystem, like SheFi members like me or the other supporters, other friends of you, and education firstly ourselves and later on the others will also help the others to encourage, help the other women to encourage to accelerate their journey to Web3. And I literally want to talk about this topic so many hours, but it is end of my speech. You can just find me on these, scanning these QR codes, and thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Zeynep. Round of applause, everyone. That was really lovely. Thank you very much. We have about a couple of minutes left. Has anyone got any questions they would like to ask or topics they'd like to raise? Yeah.
Okay.
Zeynep, thank you for a very important talk. My question, I think Web3 is unique space because of being a little bit more friendly to pseudonymous people, anonymous people. How do you think do you think this industry has like any sort of, like, I don't know how to ask this question. Do you think there are women who are specifically deciding to be anonymous just to kind of be involved in a different way in this industry to kind of hide their identity?
Yeah, probably, yes. Also, I have a friend from Turkey that one of the SheFi's community. I literally know her name in our first in real life meeting, and she said, what happened? Okay. She said she never says his name, her name, and she prefers to be anonymous in Twitter. And when a group of people hear her voice in Zoom chats or the others, they didn't. She said that they didn't believe her at all. That she's a woman. I mean, the voice is belonging a woman, and that's why some of the women try to hide their identities in this space because judging by the others, and maybe they don't feel enough comfortable to show their full identities. It's a still barrier, but I'm pretty sure that it is getting better day by day with these kind of approaches and in Web3 mindset in general.
Wonderful, thank you very much. We all need to do our part. Round of applause, everyone. Thank you very much, Zeynep. The next talk will be up in a few minutes. We're going, I think it's DAO Hour, which I'm very excited about.